Shauna. Welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! Okay, so I've already started my eyebrows. And as usual, I'm going to do my little makeup tutorial for you, my everyday makeup tutorial. And I'm going to use my MAC Strobe Cream. And this is the color Golden Light. Okay, so I am going to start off with my MAC, as mentioned before. Okay, so you just take a little bit out and then just rub it on your face. And it's a great base to use. Oh, I think I put a little bit too much now. Overdid it. I don't want to be looking like the Tin Man. Or who was that? The Tin Man who had a glowing face in the Wizard of Oz. It wasn't gold, but it was silver, and it was like really out there. So whatever, old movie, old joke. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Did I ask that already? Well, I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine. Starting off the week right, I hope. Doing all the things that you've made on your list and checking them off and getting them accomplished and taking opportunities when they're there. Okay, so now I'm going to use my MAC Prolong Concealer. I still have to get used to my camera. It's like side, normally I have it up. Use my phone, recording from my phone, so don't worry, I'm gonna get there. Okay, so this is the color NC45, and I'm going to use my Beauty Blender. And I just squirt a little bit and tap, tap, tap. So guys, I was thinking about the topic of being different. Being different. I don't know, how was it for you all when you were growing up? Were you the loner type, or did you follow people? Were you different, or were you a person who wanted to kind of be like everybody else? Well, for me, I was different. I've always been different, but during my teenage years, I wanted to, of course, to hang out with the cool girls and be accepted. And I noticed, like, when I was younger, and because I was different, and meaning different was I didn't dress like everybody else. I mean, I had my own little style, but again, like I said, I wanted to fit in because I didn't want to be an outcast. And unfortunately, you know how kids can be. They can be sometimes cruel if you're too different. Then, they make fun of you, or, often, kids, they'll try to hang out with the crowd so that they can be accepted, but maybe deep down inside, they want to be different. They want to have their, they want to shine, but they're just too afraid. Perhaps they don't have the personality to say, hey, I'm different and I stand to it. For me, I was definitely one of those persons. I was different, but I also wanted to be accepted and hang out with that cool girl group. And then I noticed, that's definitely not for me to be hanging out with these girls, because actually they turn out to be mean girls. So I had to jump out of that. So it got me in trouble. So if you're different, there's nothing wrong with being different. I think it's a beauty to be different and to have your own style. I mean, if you think about it, we all are different in our own little unique ways. Nobody's the same. But oftentimes, because we want to be validated and accepted and not outcast, we tend to, change our ways of how we are, just so we could fit in. And that is a no-no, because that is what causes depression. I think people are, they're not happy with themselves because of the fact that they want to stand out, because they want to, be validated and be accepted, and they're not living their true selves. I didn't start really getting out and really starting to break away until I was like 19, 20, which is actually still okay, because that's a young age, and some people never get out of that following, being the mainstream. Sometimes it takes them throughout their whole life, and then maybe at 60 or 70, then they realize, ooh, I wasted most of my life because I was living for other people. If you're different, it's a beautiful thing. Celebrate it. That's why I think sometimes it's good to, it's not a bad idea to hang out by yourself, to do things by yourself, to get to know yourself and to accept yourself. And you'd be surprised, if you start to break away from those people who are like unaccepting to who you are, and as you break away and you start to, really enjoy yourself, you'll be surprised. You'll meet other people. You'll see that there's other people who are just like you. Break away. If somebody can't accept you for who you are, then they're not real friends. I think it's a beauty when we all have our own unique ideas and ways of seeing. I mean, it just makes our world a lot more interesting. But like I said, I think a lot of people are scared to actually step out and be different because they're afraid, what people may say. And oftentimes, excuse me, they wait so long, and then they wait till they get older, and then they realize, ooh, shoot, I made a mistake. I wasted all my years and really didn't get a chance to, really live out who I am. I mean, you see it all the time. Okay, I'm going to use the color. Excuse me. I don't know what. I know I'm talking too much. Let me drink my water. Excuse me. So, I'm going to take the I'm going to take my concealer, and this is the Huey Beauty that I use all the time. Yes. So, this is the color Peanut Butter Yogurt Cheaper. Yeah, you see it all the time. I mean, people who are coming out, maybe they've had feelings towards the same sex and just never wanted to live it, or to do what they really wanted to do, and then they come out later, and then, or it comes out in a creepy way. It's just sad, in one sense, because like I said, if somebody can't accept you for who you are, then they're not really your friends anyway. If you have to change your ways and to fit into their group, that's dysfunctional. It's not healthy. Sometimes people get sick because they've confided themselves to to fit into a group and not be themselves. And being different is a beautiful thing. Being different allows you to go out. I mean, you really are, it's like when you're yourself, the doors are open. You're able to go out and just explore, you know? I know for me, I got rid of those girls, all those girls who were teasing me because I was different. I got rid of them. And I'm so happy because, like I said, most people never get beyond that. You know, they stay in these relationships, you know, with friends or even family. Sometimes your family can also try to conform you and to, you know, want you to live the way they want you to live, or they want to see you. They have this vision of how you're supposed to be, and so you're supposed to kind of follow along. And I say break away, you know, because I think life is just too short. And you know, because we're in this pandemic, it really showed that, you know, you have to go and just take your chances and just, you know, take advantage of life, you know, because it's not promised, you know. And it's a pity because people would, you know, people would be so much happier if they would just do what they want to do. I think the world would be a lot happier. But unfortunately, you have these persons who are just like, they see you, like I said, they see you a certain way, and they want you to live the way that they see themselves as living. And it's just, you know, just imagine if everybody would just be free-minded and just mind their own business, because oftentimes they're in other people's business, you know. They're not minding their business. The world would be a happier place, I think, you know. What do you all think? Are you all living your lives like you're supposed to? Okay, guys, so I'm back. Yes, be yourself. You know, if you like to wear a certain color, wear it. Hello, wear it. You know, there's a certain freedom when you let go of the expectations of other people. I'm telling you, there's a certain freedom. The door is like open. So be yourself and stop, you know, trying to please other folks, you know, and trying to make them happy. You have to make yourself happy, because in the end, you're going to have to live with yourself and nobody else. So be yourself. And how do you be yourself? How do you start, you know, taking those steps of freedom and being yourself? Well, as I mentioned before, spend some time with yourself. See what you like and try it step by step. You know, for those who are not accepting of who you are, just start to pull back. You know, see less and less of them. You know, in the beginning, start off like step by step, and as, you know, time progresses, then pull totally back. You know, and just start, and don't think too much about it. Just start. You know, start living your life and start accepting yourself for who you are and embracing it. You know, and embracing it, you can start with your affirmations daily. You know, looking into the mirror and saying, hey, I believe in myself. I like my hair this way. And who is non-accepting, that's their problem. That's not my problem. I don't have to deal with their problem. That's their problem. But as long as I'm happy, because like I said, in the end, you're going to have to live with yourself. Nobody else is going to be around. You know, when it's time to go, nobody else is coming with you. You're going to be by yourself. So start now. Start, you know, taking those steps and start doing you and embracing it. There's a beauty, you know. What also can help is, try reading, checking out biographies, read about other people, and see how they lived their life and how they got to where they come to, and how did they get there. They didn't get there because they were following people, you know. I read Steve Jobs' biography, and he was a total outcast. I mean, actually, he was like to the point where I would say he was absolutely weird. I mean, he was walking around with no shoes on, and oftentimes didn't take a bath, but the man had a dream, and he didn't let other people's comments keep him boxed up. I mean, just imagine if he was, you know, listening to other people, you know, especially if he was the type that would go and, you know, tell people and be like, hey, I got this idea, what do you think? You know, and often people, they can't see what you see anyway, because the vision and the dream isn't inside of them. The vision and dream is inside of you. So you have to be the one who's like, okay, this is what I see, this is what I am, and I'm just gonna do it, and whoever's accepting. And look, the man turned out to be an icon because he was different. He was weird, but he stayed on track and did his thing. He had a vision, and he just put it on paper and found the right people who had the same vision as him, and then made it happen. And so, and that's how you're going to have to be. You're going to have that confidence. And if you don't have that confidence, then you're going to need to do those affirmations daily. And like I said, for those who are trying to confide you and put you into a box, and you're going to have to pull back. If not, just cut them off, period. You know, like get rid of them, because otherwise you're going to stay stuck. And then one day, you know, you're going to be old and gray, 105 or how old you're ever going to get, and you're going to be like, dog, why didn't I do it? You know, why did I sit up there and live for other people? You know, why did I, you know, why didn't I do it back then? And like I said, it's a beauty, it's a freedom. It is a huge freedom. When I started to really come out and just do my thing, and I found, like I said, I started to attract other people who had the same mindset. So that's another thing too. As you start to get out and take those chances, you're going to be like a magnet, because those people are going to be attracted to you. They're going to see that you're different. So they're already going to start to come to you. And if not, maybe it takes a process, but it will happen, you know. It starts up here in the mind though. You got to already, you know, get in that mindset and start to feel good about yourself and just let it out. You know, if you like to walk around with green hair, then color your hair green and just go out and do it. And if people are looking, who cares? You know, most people are most of the time they're admiring you, because they're wishing, dog, I wish I could do that and feel good about myself, you know. And hold your head up high if you like to walk around with green hair, and you don't have to explain to anybody. You know, if somebody comes up to you and is like, well, how come you walking around with green hair? You don't have to explain them anything. You don't have to tell them nothing. You know, just say, because I like it, period. You know, but it depends on how they approach you, because if they're sweet about it, then it's okay. But if somebody comes up to you and is all nasty, like, ugh, what is wrong with you running around with green hair? You don't even have to talk to them. Just, you know, look at them half crazy, like you didn't hear, and just keep on walking, you know. But have that confidence, be yourself, because one day, like I said, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it if you don't take that opportunity and be yourself. And like I said, being different is a beauty. Nobody, I mean, look at all the people who are successful today. I'm sure they had their influencers or people who they admire, but in general, they stepped out and did their own thing. They started their own trends, you know, and you can do the same thing too. You know, start your own trend and stick to it and be happy and hold your head up and do those affirmations daily. I'm telling you, they really make a difference. Hold your head up and be proud of yourself, and don't feel bad. Spend time and hang out, or don't hang out with, maybe it comes a time where you might not have anybody. Maybe nobody wants to hang out, and that's okay. They weren't your friends in the first place, because true friends, they don't go anywhere, do they? No, they're always there, and they accept you and love you for who you are. But the main important thing is as long as you accept you for who you are, as long as you accept you for who you are, other people, they're gonna follow. They're gonna gravitate towards you. But the moment when you start to live for somebody else and to follow and not have your own opinion, and you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be absolutely miserable. And like I said, people get sick because of that. Because they're not out there living their best selves, It's a beauty. I mean, just imagine, oh my gosh, it would be so amazing if everybody was individually and just really, it's amazing now when I see that, people who actually stepped out and didn't follow the crowd. I already see it as beautiful. Just imagine if everybody was, if the world was really confident enough, and people could just live and do their own thing. I just think it would be absolutely crazy. It would be a beautiful thing. Really, it would be absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm going to use my Nataschadenonapalette once again, and this is really cute because this is a small palette. It's a mini palette. And so she offers these little palettes in case you don't want to go out and spend €100 for her palettes, because they're quite expensive. And wait a minute, €100 is actually cheap, because I've seen them already go up to like €150, which is probably around $150. That's crazy for some makeup. I don't know, I expect those things to last 20 years then for that price. I mean, come on, $150 for a palette? That's crazy. Who does that? Okay, so like I said, if you want the experience, these guys are okay, and I think I paid €25 for it, so that's okay. It's probably like around $25, so that's okay. And these colors last. Okay, as you see, I've been really getting the use out of it. So, unfortunately, she doesn't. Oh, yeah, she does. She does have a name. I'm going to take this dark brown color. It's called Dirty Mars. It's 177. It's this color here. And I'm going to use my MAC brush 217. And I'm just going to put it on the side. Of course, I'm going to do me a bit of my smoky eye look. But yeah, when I was like in my 20s, I went out there and I explored. I told you all I used to be a headbanger, so, and before I was a headbanger, I was really into classic music, classic rock music. And I really stood out because I was really different. I guess most people thought, okay, she doesn't look like, she looks like a hip hop girl. And I was into hip hop, but I wanted to venture on and experience other music genres. So for me, it was like, the people who I was hanging out with couldn't relate, because I wasn't wearing, I was really into the vintage look and the whole classic scene. I was a whole total classic scene. Classic meaning I was into the clothes from the 60s and the 70s. So, I definitely stuck out and was different. And I was so okay with that. And people, when I, cut those other girls back, I started meeting other people who were just like me and accepted me and thought it was cool. And I thought it was cool. And so, and that's how I, started to really come out of my comfort zone and experiment and really go out and find myself. And I tried it all and I did everything, and I didn't let people, put me into a category. Oh, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that. It's part of the reason why I left, unfortunately. That's another story, but it's part of the reason why I left the States, because I really got tired of this, oh, you're supposed to be this way, and how come you talk that way? You're supposed to be talking this way, da 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 da, and whatever. And so that bothered me, but it didn't bother me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna, wear this and act this way because that's what you expect from me. No, it wasn't happening. I was embracing myself. I was so happy that I didn't have to be, how can I say? Yeah, I was happy I wasn't hanging out with these group of girls anymore. I had let go, and like I said, I really started to blossom and do my own thing. I was traveling by myself. So it has huge advantages when you let go of, wanting to be accepted from others. When you start to let go and really start to concentrate on yourself and do your own thing, then I'm telling you, you're gonna take off. You're gonna shoot forward because you are doing the actual thing that you're supposed to do. You're living, we put on this earth to be individuals and also to help one another. We weren't put on this earth to be somebody else's slave and to, keep our head down and no, that's not what we were supposed to do at all. So the moment you start to accept and embrace yourself and start to do you, I'm telling you, you're gonna take off like a rocket. You're gonna be so amazed, and you're gonna be like, dog, why didn't I start this a long time ago? Because as you open up the door to yourself and embracing who you are, opportunities come along. You start to see and experience things that you've never done before. I mean, it's amazing, how did I get to that point? Yeah, I just got tired. I got tired of it. I didn't want to, I don't know. I guess it was also in me. I'm a bit of a stubborn person, so I'm nice, but I can be stubborn and extremely focused. So that might be also, it's a part of who I am. But if you're not that type of person, you can get to that point. And that's why I say by doing affirmations and talking to yourself, and sometimes spending time by yourself helps you to build that confidence, so you're not out there with your head down and and trying to be trying to conform yourself for somebody else. You're gonna have to do the work, but and also believing in yourself, and talking to yourself, and like I said, just slowly letting go, slowly cutting those people back. Let's see what else I wrote. Yeah, you'd be surprised online. You'll find so many people online. I mean, and that's a beauty thing about the internet. You'll find so many people who also have the same interest as you. So many different forums you can go on, so many social media platforms that you can go on to who have the same mindset. So I mean, I think it makes it even easier. I mean, today is even easier to be yourself and to be different. It's a lot more accepting, whereas I guess 20, 30 years ago and back, it was almost impossible. Being creative was really like you were going to be cast out. But again, you had to have that strong mindset and that strong confidence, because I mean, trust me, it happened. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be able to enjoy the luxuries which we have today if people weren't standing outside of themselves and doing what they love and having visions and stuff. We wouldn't have it. I mean, just imagine. No iPhone. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe it's better. or the music style, you know? Okay, so I'm going to now use or take my Photo Gravure MAC, my go-to everyday eyeliner. And I'm gonna apply it here at the bottom. Yeah, when I came to Europe, it was, okay, for me it was like a whole new start, because I was like, yeah, nobody knows me. I can really, you know, just, I really don't have this, this aura, not aura, this expectation, okay, you're supposed to be this way, you grew up here, and you have to be this way and look a certain way, you know. Here was a lot more open. I mean, I must say the Europeans are a lot more open-minded than the Americans, even though it's, how can I say, even though it's sold to us that Americans are very open-minded, but in one sense they're not that open-minded. They can be extremely harsh, I think. Coming to Europe was, yeah, the people were a lot more open-minded, and yeah, okay, up to a certain extent, because I must say, living in Germany, sometimes the people can be a lot very, you know, this is the way it is, and that's it. Okay, that's a whole new story. But in general, as far as, you know, you being yourself and having a different style and different ideas, I would say they're a lot more open-minded. Okay, that was like 20 some years ago when I came over here. So of course things have changed, and also in the States as well. I don't know, that's my opinion. That's been my experience. I'm curious to know how you all, what's your experience, which part of the world do you live in, and how is it over there? Are people more accepting when you're different? I don't know how it is in South America. I can imagine it's also quite conservative in a certain sense. In Africa, I have no idea. Asia, I don't know. So it would be interesting to know how it is in other parts of the world, because I'm sure culture also has a lot to do with, you know, this, I'm only supposed to do this and that's it. I can't look left and right. I can't do this and, you know, and actually come out of myself. So it also depends on where you're from and how you grew up. But I'm curious to know you all's experience, if you grew up in a household where, you know, you weren't able to, you know, wear pants or something. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to know. Okay, so I'm going to smoke out that bottom eye. And again, I'm going to get back into my Nataschadenonapalette. And again, I'm going to take this, what is it called? Dirty Mars. And some of these names are funny. What else can I say? Australian. I found that the people there, they were also open-minded, but it's always something different. You know, if you're traveling somewhere, you know, in the beginning it seems like the people can be open-minded, but if you're living there, that's a whole different story. You know, because then you really see, you know, how accepting the culture really is when you're different. I found that in Holland, they're quite open-minded, I would say. But then again, you know, I traveled there, so if you're living there, it's something totally different. A few years ago, I visited the first time England. I was in London, and I was just blown away. I was just like, wow, this is so cool. I mean, so many different things going on, and cultures and foods and styles and markets. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if I had traveled to London first. I'm not going to say England. I'm going to say London because I think London is its own beast, own country. I think if I would have traveled there first, I don't think I would have made it to Germany, honestly, because I just found it so, yeah, I mean, I would say that city is definitely a place where you can really, you know, if you're different, I mean, nobody's gonna look at you crazy. Or New York. New York is another place as well, where you can be kind of funky and wild, and people are not looking at you crazy because it's just the norm. Whereas here, if you stick too far out, then of course people are going to look at you kind of like, okay, where is she from? I knew this one lady she was from New York, and she used to like to come to Germany, and often she told me, and she looked really different. I mean, she looked really cool. I mean, she had her hair like, she wore big hair and big rings, and typical New York girl. I mean, just, she was out there and loud, and you know, you could tell that she had a confidence about her because she didn't really care if people looked or whatever, but she was saying that it was kind of hard when she came over because, you know, people often, you know, judged her or looked at her weird or treated her different because of the fact that, you know, she was, you know, out there, and it was just like a statement. So that kind of bothered her. And I asked her, I was like, okay, so which parts of Germany were you in? Because Berlin is they're quite open. And I would say Hamburg too, up to a certain extent. I don't know. They have changed. I mean, time is changing, so people are a lot more open, but are becoming more and more open. But I would say from back then, Berlin was definitely the place to go to. Decades ago, I won't say decades ago, but I would say, yeah, decades. It has been a decade. They used to have love parades, and I don't know if you guys have heard of the love parades, but it's a huge LGBT community event, and it's like a humongous parade. And if I recall, it used to last for a week or a weekend. And you just had everybody in there. I mean, people just, you know, they were just coming out. But it was a beautiful thing because it was just amazing to see, you know, people were happy and just living their best selves. And the music was loud, and, you know, it was like a, you know, it was just an amazing event. I had never been there. They had a smaller love parade. They used to have it in Hamburg. I'm not sure why they stopped it. I think somebody got hurt. I believe that's the reason. I think that's why they stopped it, because this event was humongous. I mean, it was, the whole city was packed. I mean, I'm sure if you you know, type in Love Parade in the 90s, I'm sure you're going to see some old footage about how it used to look, and, you know, the crazy costumes. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. Used to be in the summertime, and yeah, that was a real thing. Okay, so I'm going to now, I'm going to use my Yves Saint Laurent and give myself a bat wing or cat wing. I think it's called cat wing. I know I should know these terms, but I don't. Okay, so let's look that up. I hope that my microphone is good, because I just got me a new microphone, and oftentimes you hear this crackling noise. So guys, if you hear a crackling noise, please forgive me. I'm working on it. It's my new microphone, okay? Probably have to invest in another one. Yeah, so With all that said, guys, you have to, yeah, don't be afraid to be yourself, and accept and embrace your unique self. It's a beautiful thing, and like I said, it's a freedom, you know, when you start to let go and really, yeah, just live and do the things which you love to do. And like I said, you'll find people who have the same mindset. You know, they'll gravitate towards you because they'll be able to know, oh yeah, she seems like, you know, she's confident, you know, let me talk to her, you know, maybe she, you know, maybe we have something in common, you know. um, like I said, if you think about it, and if you look around, most of the unique people, who really stuck and did what they wanted to do and believed in themselves, they're usually the ones that left, yeah, their markings everywhere, you know, because they were unique and embraced their unique, and that's the word I want to use. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I see my videos coming up on 40 minutes again, so I'm gonna shorten. I'm not gonna be on here too long. I'm gonna finish up this other eye, and I'm going to apply my eyelashes and my blush. But I'll do the blush with you guys. So I'm gonna finish up my eyes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the eyelashes on, and these are the Ardells. They're the wispies, so we gotta be careful so you guys don't hear any crackling noise on my microphone. Sometimes I'm always moving around because I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited. Okay, so that's my eye look, but I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna add a little bit of color to it. So I'm gonna take this color right here, and this is, they call it sunbeam. That's interesting. Sunbeam, it's called. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay brush, and I'm just gonna take a little bit and then put it here at my bottom eye. As you see, it makes a difference. Makes the eye stand out a little bit more. Yeah, so don't limit yourselves, and it's never too late to start being you and accepting you. So don't get scared and think, oh my gosh, I'm too old now, I'm not gonna be, you know, nobody's gonna accept me. You know, you're never too old. Start it today. And if you have to start, you know, take baby steps, you know, coming out more of being yourself. And like I said, for those who can't accept you for who you are, cut them off. You know, the best is actually to cut them off and do cold turkey. But if it's a little bit harder, then like I said, slowly start to take this distance from them, and they'll get the message eventually. They'll start to see, oh shoot, she ain't got time for me anymore. And when you come in, you know, with your green hair and God only knows what else, and they'll understand, and eventually they'll run away perhaps, or get too intimidated because they're gonna see, oh my gosh, you know, this is a different person. She's into who she is, so let me step back. You know, so don't be afraid, be yourself. Okay, so I am now, I like the color up under my eyes. It looks good. It definitely brings the eye out. Take my this is my MAC brush, and this is a blending brush, and I believe this is number 218S. But it's a blending it's a blending brush for blending the eyeshadows, and it's quite thick, and it's a nice brush, so invest in it. It's a little bit expensive, but it's definitely a brush that you will definitely get your use out of. So yes, I'm feeling it. Okay, so I'm gonna go and use my NARS, and this is the color Aroused. This is literally my everyday makeup, guys, so if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know these are my go-tos. And I'm gonna use my blush brush from NARS, and I'm just gonna tap a little bit on, not too much. And again, if you put too much on and you don't like it, then you just go back in with your beauty blender, and you can even it out that way, so it won't be too much. You don't have the 80s look going on. And if you like the 80s look, no problem. Do you, be yourself. Okay, so I think I'm almost finished. Yes. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to try out a little different color here for my eyes, for the inner corner. Gotta have a little bit of a pop. So I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Neon. This is a small palette, and they're really cute, nice colors, very spring-like. And unfortunately, the colors aren't labeled. The palette's called it's a lime green matte. However, I'm going to use this color. I'm going to try it out, see what it looks like. I'm experimenting. It's not too much. You can see it a little bit, but that's good. I like that. It's not too heavy, and it definitely makes the eyes pop out. You can see. And I always like to put here a little bit at the end. You guys see that? Okay, so I'm gonna go with my lipstick. Let's see. I like to go in with a nude look, nothing heavy. This is my hat box, by the way, of my lipsticks. So I definitely have more than enough. I don't know, maybe I try this, although it's not really nude. It's a copper-like color. This is from Urban Decay, and it's called Scorched. I don't know, we can try it and see what it looks like, even though I really would like to go for a nude look, but we can try it. See how that looks. Oh, it's not too bad. What you don't think? It's okay. It's not too heavy. It's copper colored. You go, girl. Yes. Be different. Stand to yourself. And don't care what other people think. It's what matters is what you think and how you feel about yourself. So, I'm coming to an end, guys. I hope you enjoyed our topic and my makeup tutorial, and hope you were able to gather something. Hang on, I got to do the final look. So, I'm going to do it again. Here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Okay, guys, so if you like this video and you were able to gather something from it, to learn from it, or if you know somebody who is going through this phase where they're feeling unsure about themselves, and please share this video with them or share with others. Pass it on, pass the message on. Sharing is caring. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to hear more from me, please subscribe, because I am always uploading videos. And if you guys are into really working on yourself and doing the work, I've started another YouTube channel where I am doing the affirmations, and so if you're interested, I'll put the link at the bottom. Yeah, check it out, and yeah, do those affirmations every morning, because they really help you. They will really help you. Or if you know somebody who needs some work, then pass the video on and pass the link on, and tell them to start doing the work, because you're not gonna no change is going to happen if you don't start taking the steps and doing the work. It's a work thing, So anyway, guys, until next time, bye. Bye.